I'm here with Brandon Walnuss. How you doing?
Awesome, awesome.
Where are you from, Brandon?
I live here in Black Earth, about 35 minutes away from here, but I'm from about an hour away.
Okay, and to my left here I have Ryan Meyer. How you doing, Ryan?
Good, how are you?
And where are you from, Ryan?
I am from the east side of Madison. I'm originally from northern Wisconsin.
Okay. And have you ever played arena football before?
Nope, this will be my first time.
What are you looking forward to, Ryan?
I don't know, it's a higher competition level, so it's kind of good to test yourself against, the best of the best, I guess.
What position do you play, Ryan?
I'm trying out for linebacker.
Yep. What about you, Brandon? What position do you play?
Linebacker also.
Okay. Have you ever played arena football before?
I have not, but I would love to.
Great. You play outdoor football, I'm assuming?
Yep. Both Ryan and I actually play for the Madison Mustangs, who actually just won their 24 last games and have won 2 championships, so we're trying to bring it to the indoor now.
Okay, congratulations on that, guys. What do you think of tryouts so far? How's it going?
It's intense. There's a lot of great athletes out of here, a lot of good competition.
All right, thanks for talking with us, guys. Good luck.
Thank you.
Wolfpack TV here with the offensive coordinator for the Wisconsin Wolfpack, Dave Mogensen. We've talked a number of times over the past 3 years.
How many times on camera, Dan, though?
Well, but now tonight we're talking about tryouts, and you've been working with the quarterback some here. What are you looking for tonight out of quarterbacks, and what specifically do you need out of a quarterback playing in the indoor game?
Indoor a little bit different than outdoors. Not a lot of play action, not a lot of time to get rid of the ball. So looking at release points, quick releases, guys can get the ball and get it out of there pretty quick.
Well, we have you here, a little bit of a change this year. 8-on-8 versus 7-on-7. Now, you've coached a lot of different levels of football and a lot of different ways to have the game work. What's so different about 8-on-8 versus 7-on-7?
Well, it depends on the rules, Dan, and it sounds like our rules are going to be pretty similar to what they were last year, which is pretty open-ended defensively. So pretty much you're just going to add that 8th guy and another linebacker. We're always going to have a running back in the game, and the gameplay should be pretty similar other than that.
The 7-on-7 game was very conducive to running the football, and of course Eric Donoval, the top rusher in the CIFL last year. Will we see as much of Eric or whoever is in the backfield running the ball with the 8-on-8 scheme, or might you go to throwing the ball a little more?
Well, we're going to try to, with Eric coming back, we're going to try to run the ball a little bit. Chris Tessman, our offensive line coach, and I have been banging our head against the wall trying to figure out how to block that second linebacker. So you'll see some running. You'll see a lot of Wildcat again this year with Eric at quarterback. So we expect Eric to have a big year.
Last thing tonight, these guys, a lot of them are psyched to have the opportunity to play for the Wolfpack. Is there any intangible that you're looking for among these guys beyond just the 40 numbers and what they show with their strength?
Attitude. Attitude is really our number one attribute that we're looking for somebody. Coach Kopac always talks about his PIP scale. Attitude is what we want. We want to have a team full of good guys that can represent the Madison community well.
Dave will be talking to you a lot as the season goes along. Thanks for joining us for the first time in 2010 on Wolfpack TV.
Thanks, Dan. Appreciate it.
I'm here with Corey Roberson. How you doing, Corey?
All right, how you doing?
Not too bad. You excited to be here?
Oh yeah. Good to see the guys running around. Too bad I'm not running around, but it's good to see what we have coming in.
How come you ain't running around?
I'm getting old. I'm getting a little old. So I just wanted to see what we have, what I got to look forward to when camp come around.
All right, a CIFL Defensive Player of the Week last year. Any hopes and expectations for this year's season for the players?
Championship. Nothing less. Championship. We got a good group of guys coming back from what it looked like. We have a good group of guys coming in so far. We're going to set the bar high.
All right, as a player yourself, what do you think is one of the greatest qualities in a player to have?
Knowledge. Knowledge and just knowledge of the game. If you don't understand the game, you can have all the physical attributes there is, but and still be sorry.
All right, well, you say you're getting old, but I got to ask you a question. If you could name your greatest moment in your football career, what would it be?
Having my son and my daughter be at my football game.
Okay, that's a great moment. All right, thank you for talking with us.
All right, thank you.
We round out this edition of Wolfpack TV the same way we round out most editions of Wolfpack TV with the head coach of the Wisconsin Wolfpack, Jordan Kopac. Always good to talk with you, Jordan, the first time in 2010. We have good discourse when we get together. And let's talk about this tryout tonight. You've been through so many of these, be they with the Racine Raiders and now with the Wolfpack and so many teams through the years. Is there anything that you can see right away about guys when they first take the field for these tryouts that you either like or can tell that you don't want guys on the team?
Well, yeah, that's the most difficult part of it. The hardest part of picking a team is right now. And this is the biggest mistakes that we make. And so we have to be very, very conscientious of what we do. I do feel that the players that come out for the Wolfpack Indoor are the upper level players that are around. the other teams you get a little lower level. So most of these guys are good athletes, and that's what makes it real tough. But we enjoy having a tough job. So I'm very pleased with it. We've got a good turnout here tonight. We've got good athletes tonight. We have a good bunch of quarterbacks, a good bunch of running receivers. So I'm happy with it.
There's a certain level of commitment that's required out of a football player to play both indoor and outdoor, to spend the extra time at this time of year. And yes, like you mentioned, a lot of the time it is the better players that come out to play indoor. You look at the guys that are out here tonight, they're going to be playing a lot of football this year, starting in April if they make the squad, probably all the way through the fall if they play with some of the outdoor teams. How much does the off-season conditioning play into it, and how much do these tryouts test that out?
Well, that's the whole thing, is they have to condition on their own. This isn't high school. We're not social directors. We're not athletic trainers. We're football coaches. We expect them to come in condition. We expect to spend our time working on schemes. We expect our time working on the skills. And ones that show up that are just PUDs, we don't have time for that. So we expect them to work themselves in condition. Otherwise, they shouldn't come here.
Last question for you, Coach, and you've been doing this for so many years. You're part of a couple different football halls of fame. Is there something different that you focus on each year when you go into the season? Is there a change that you like to make, maybe an adjustment from last year? Or is there a formula? Is there a pattern to success that you feel that you've found through the years?
Well, I try to stay on the leading edge. I try to continually change. The one thing is I try to evaluate the offense du jour, and then on defensively try to say, how do we shut down the offense du jour? And then I try to analyze what the other defensive coordinators are doing to counter it. But you'll notice that we don't spend a lot of time on the offense du jour. We just put it in because I like to retrofit. I think that a lot of defenses that are set up for the current offenses are kind of lousy against the old offenses. So as you know, in my playbook, we go back 30, 40 years and have sets that will run when we see that they're playing the current defenses that can't line up with the old offense. If they go and put the defense in that lines up with the old offense, then we do have the current offenses also. So we're a very complicated system, and that's why I say we're not spending any time getting people in shape. We're not spending any time up, down, run sprints. No, that's not what we're here for. We're here to learn some football. So it goes back to my old PIP scale. Personality is first. What I'm looking at here is first it's going to be their personality. Second is going to be their intelligence, because we're going to push their minds. And third is physical. That's how you build a team, in my opinion.
From 3 yards in a cloud of dust to the Wildcat, and from good old-fashioned character to all the cerebral nature of the game nowadays, Coach Kopac, you have it all covered, and that's part of the reason why the Wolfpack are so good year in and year out. Thank you for joining us on this first edition of Wolfpack TV.
Yep, let's hope that we have another good year. Thanks.
I think we're all hoping that.
For Wolfpack TV, I'm Nicole LeBlanc. Back to you, Dan, to wrap it up.
Thanks much, Nicole. A great addition to Wolfpack TV in the year 2010. That'll do it for this edition of Wolfpack TV. We'll be back with you next. Come closer to the season with our season preview. Look for it on WIWolfpack.com. And for Wolfpack TV and WIWolfpack.com, I'm Dan Pfeifer.